it was such a beautiful episode, The Shrine.
Mm.
And it's a personal story for Brad. I will not tell that story because he needs to come on and tell it. But when you got that script and when you were doing those scenes with your brother, you're in another galaxy. Yes. But you're dealing with something that could be very real in happening. Tell us about navigating that story.
David read it before I did. He said, there's another one, we've got another episode coming. And I knew that. And then David said, God, I can't get through this thing. He's like, I can't get through this thing without crying. He said, every time I read it, I'm crying. And I'm like, oh, David, emotional. And then I read it and had the same experience. And I hadn't been acting for that long. And in rehearsal, when you're doing the blocking and everything, you're supposed to just sort of mark it, you don't you're supposed to save your performance for when they're filming. Go figure. But oh God, like the first time we said those lines out loud together, we were a mess and the cameras were off. And I think, it was a really extraordinary experience. It was really extraordinary. I don't know what else to say about it, really. I remember so clearly being in that room and also David's just so good, so I felt like I was watching my brother deal with dementia. Like that's what I felt like I was watching. And it was very emotional. And then I got to run out and leap into the
Jason Momoa's arms.
Can we take that again? I don't feel like I. Yeah. No, it was really, that episode was very special. I thought beautifully written.
You take someone like Brad, and I've always considered him to be like a playwright. His best scenes are two people, and just winding them up and letting them go. But that's a really special episode, and I think also it comes from the added benefit that this is your third outing into this in terms of a full episode. There were cameos. Your third outing for the character. So, you had her established and you didn't have to really deal with a lot of those kinds of things. This wasn't her first episode, so you even though you were still pretty early on in your acting career, you could still say, okay, I know who this is at this point. We're past that. What's the meat of this story?
Yeah, I was more comfortable. I knew who she was a bit more. I knew who she would be in these situations. So, and the character was more comfortable, right? The character had friends. The character knew the relationships and the dynamics, and okay, it's an incredible experience.
Teresa MC, who do you admire in professional women?
Oh my God. In the world,
I suspect, if there is like anyone who has really encouraged you to set certain tones in your life.
The original director of Swearing Jar, the person who I pitched it with to Jane, her name is Lara Azzopardi. Oh, Mario Azzopardi. She's Mario's daughter.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. I
know that name.
Yeah. So she's Mario's daughter. She grew up on set. She's done everything you can possibly imagine, every job in that business she's done. And she's a very accomplished showrunner, writer, director now, living in LA now. But she's someone who, even though she's younger than I am, because she's a jerk, she's someone I look up to very much. She has 3 children.
Oh, busy life.
Oh my gosh. She show ran a show called Backstage, which I'm very, very proud of. It was like a teen show, but it was very smart, beautiful music, beautiful dancing. It was a great show. And she show ran that. And that was my first co-executive producing job. And when we went into the writing room, her third baby was a week old, and she had a marker, and Laura had a marker in one hand and a sling with her baby in it, and she was breaking story and she's writing, and oh my gosh.
Wow.
The auditions, if you listen back to the audition tapes, you can hear farts. Because the baby was in the auditions. These poor kids are trying to audition, and you hear this is the baby just like lets one rip. But she's just an incredible, very inspiring professional woman who's doing incredible things. So
wow,
she was supposed to helm the new Degrassi that was coming, but I think something went wrong with the network or something like that, and I don't think they're making it anymore. But she was supposed to be doing that show, and she's got like 5 shows on the go. She's
going places.
Oh, she's going places, yeah. And we worked together on the LA Complex as well, on Martin Garrett's show. We worked together on that, and she's just someone I want to work with forever.
Wow.
That's one person. I mean, there's so many.
That's a great selection, though. That's really cool.
Yeah. I'm so proud of myself for having an accidental Stargate connection.
There's a couple. So,
yeah.
Tracy, would you ever consider doing voice work for audiobooks?
I've done that.
That's what I thought.
Yeah. I've only done one. It was so much work.
Which one? What was the title?
It was called The Dow House. It's called The Dow House. I think I had to do 40 dialects and accents.
Oh my gosh. And
the whole thing is read in a British accent. The main narrator has a British accent. And then I had to do like every accent under the sun. And it's a lot of hours. I mean, a lot of hours. So it was a really cool experience, but it's a time consuming.
Yeah, it's a lot.
If I could get into that like Audible world where it's lucrative, I think I would do more of it because I really enjoyed it, but it's just not very lucrative for the amount of time.
Right. No, it's a lot of time consumption for only so much.
Yeah, but I do a ton of voice work. That was my bread and butter until we got locked out of all union members have been locked out of commercials now. It's been it's really been a really bad 12 months.
Wow.
We're not allowed to do any work at all, and I'm not sure how that's even allowed.
Wow.
But I had 4 campaigns. They all got given away to non-union performers. So not only did we stop auditioning, we lost all our work, and so most of the commercials now that you see on TV and that you hear are non-union. And it's just it's been really, really bad.
That sounds like a cluster.
Yeah, I don't even understand. There are a lot of people working to try and change it, but it's sort of like makes you wonder about the union and how to make the union more effective. Mm-hmm. But I know they're trying very hard. It's just the ad agencies. I don't know. I guess everyone wants to make a buck, so.
Thanks for watching this clip from Dial the Gate. You can find the full live stream shows on our YouTube channel or visit dialthegate.com for the complete schedule. See you on the other side.